Hey there, Christopher here. By now you should know what I do. I spend hundreds of hours every year speaking with professionals and entrepreneurs from all types of industries to get the ins and outs on these professional options so you can find your dream job. Now, what do I have in store for you today? I've got the role of a CGO, a Chief Growth Officer, covered. And in this episode, we're going to get into direct advice from somebody who's done it, who's lived it, who's breathing that position right now, as well as tips in terms of what it takes to succeed. Now, you should listen to the full-length audio episode, the podcast version of this. This is where I'm directly taking these clips from, and you can find that wherever you access your podcast. Lastly, I would love that like or subscribe. All right, well, I think it's about time to get started, so why don't we?
Looking to get into a growth role and eventually into a chief growth officer role, I would say the things to look out for is, number one, is this a space and a team that you're excited about and passionate about to the extent that you're talking about it to everyone? That passion is going to cascade through your actions. So start off by having fun. Second, find what skills you have in that growth. Are you really good at data? Are you really good at hacking together tools with AI and code? Do you love to write? Do you like to design? Are you super interested in user journeys and tracking where customers and audiences flow? Prioritize that list. And if a couple of those are at the top of your absolute list, growth and marketing is probably the right choice for you. The places where you think you will find gold as a marketer or growth leader are not often, and in fact, seldom the places where you'll actually find the value. You got to dig deeper. You got to look below the assumptions. The first reaction will always be, nah, we've tried that. That didn't work. Well, how'd you try it? To whom? Look at the data. Look at the metrics. Dig. Triangulate. Ask someone else. Ask the opinion of somebody on the other side of the org who has nothing to do with your day-to-day function. Say, hey, you're talking to the customers on a daily basis. What do you think of this web page? And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, oh, it's really pretty, but it's not. They don't talk like this. They don't want to hear that. And so it's the role. There's like 2 perspectives on growth and marketing. One, there's one side that's sort of like they are targeted, sharp executors, and the other view of marketers is a connective tissue across the org that sort of listens, learns, accelerates business processes, accelerates sales, accelerates engagements. And I think that's the perspective that I've taken, as how do we help and how do we support as much as possible in order to not only accelerate outcomes, but also learn.
If you want to find out more about the role of a CGO or about Adam himself, be sure to check out the full-length audio version. There we dive into so much more. And you can find that wherever you access your podcast. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify, just about everywhere. You can even go to the podcast website, lifeasa.com. Now, finally here too, I would be remiss if I were not asking you for a bit of support. I would love a like or subscribe. We're a small channel, really trying to do good, trying to grow this thing out a little bit, and every little bit helps. As well, I will have another video coming for you, another profession covered, so keep an eye open for that. All right, well, until then, we'll see ya.